Okay, welcome back everybody. We have completed the triplet portion of the book, double bass, single pedal, and today we are going to examine the phrasing group chart and how it pertains to duples. So phrasing group A, downbeat to downbeat, phrasing group B, downbeat to upbeat, phrasing group C, upbeat to downbeat rhythms, and phrasing group D, upbeat to upbeat. And we'll do this, we'll look at the heel, catch, and toe stroke designations for the remainder of the exercises, all contained in the phrasing group chart, our third and final phrasing group chart. Okay, we're going to look at these. I have half note equals 75 as a starting tempo. This is a tempo that you could play these rhythms at with any technique. But this is a good beginning technique, just quick enough where you can get the bounce going. You may need to bump it a little higher, and that's okay. But then once you do have it under your belt, under your feet, so to speak, then we start to creep that tempo up. And we will do that throughout the remainder of the book. There are 4 exercises left. One dedicated to phrasing group A, one to phrasing group B, one for C, and one for D. And then we have the etudes. So, why don't we get started? If you look on page 48 in the book, I have 2 different rhythms, downbeat to downbeat rhythms. These are the possibilities in considering duples and considering the duples written in 8th notes. In the first bar, we just basically are going to play 8th notes from beat 1 to beat 2. 1 and 2. And we'll assign that heel, catch, toe. 1 and 2. Heel, catch, toe. Just like that. Extend that phrase to beat 3, and it looks like this. 1 and 2 and 3. Heel, catch, toe. Now another possibility when you're ending on a downbeat is to end it with a heel stroke. So the first bar would look like this. Heel, catch, heel. Second bar would look like this. So that's heel, catch, heel. So either or. Okay. Phrasing group B, looking at these 8th notes, duple rhythms, downbeat to upbeat. We start, bar 1 is just 1 and, the first beat. And we'll assign that a heel and a toe. 1 and. Heel, toe. Now, if there were a beat, a snare drum hit, say, on the next beat, as we mentioned before, and as you will see in some of the next exercises, if that beat 2 on the snare is going to be the end of the phrase, well then the heel toe can also be a heel catch. So 1 and 2 with a heel toe looks like this. 1 and 2 with a heel catch looks like this. Okay? Your choice. But if it's the end of the phrase, a nice strong toe stroke. And then the same thing, we extend that through 2 beats, 1 and 2 end. Heel, catch, heel, toe to end the phrase. 1 and 2 end. Heel, catch, heel, toe. And if there were a beat, downbeat on beat 3 in the snare, again, you'd have that option for that end of 2. Catch stroke or toe stroke. Toe stroke would look like this. Heel, catch, heel, toe, snare. Heel, catch, snare would look like this. I'm sorry, let me do it again. group C. These start on the upbeat and end on the downbeat. And you're going to see two sets of designations. The first set underneath the rhythms are the primary set. The set beneath those are the alternates. And unlike the triplets, where we revisited the phrasing group chart to look at different stroke designations in order to pick up the tempo where we left off and take it on to a faster tempo, these stroke designations, these alternate designations are equally useful in the entire breadth of the tempo range. So either these primary or alternate work at any tempo. The big difference between the two of these is that the alternates only really come into play for the last two phrasing groups, anything starting on an upbeat. And we'll show you here in a second. Very unique sound, very distinct, and as you learn these and explore them, you're going to discover specific uses for each one, as I have. Or at least specific musical phrasing ideas. And I'll try to explain that to you as I play them. Let's go ahead and do the first one. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3. And that's going to be toe, heel, catch, toe. Now the alternate stroke designation for that is a heel stroke on the upbeat. Heel strokes on the upbeats just give everything a slightly different lilt. You know, it's kind of like jazz phrasing. It gives you that upbeat emphasis, just a little nudge. And it really works well in a variety of situations. So that's going to sound like this. 1, 2, bop, 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 bop. Heel catch, heel toe. Now the next rhythm is the very same rhythm, just it comes later in the bar. 1, bop, 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 bop. 1. This is going to go back to the primary. 1, toe, heel catch, toe. And then for the alternates underneath it, 1, heel catch, heel toe. 1. Okay? And then for phrasing group D, again we have primary stroke designations and alternate. No difference, use them interchangeably depending on the sound you're going for, the kind of phrase you're going for. So, bar 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 and. Ba, ba, ba. Toe, heel, toe. And if there were a snare on beat 3, you could make it a toe, heel, catch. Or toe. Okay? Now, with the alternate for that bar, ba, ba, ba. 4, 1, ba, ba, ba. Heel catch toe. Same rhythm in the next bar, just a little bit, just placed a little later in the bar. 1, ba, ba, ba. 1, toe, heel catch. Same deal if there's a snare on beat 4. The alternates there. Ba, ba, ba. Heel catch toe. And in the last bar, we got 5 notes. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. D, 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 D. Toe, heel catch, heel toe. toe, heel catch, heel toe. If there's a beat 4, that last toe stroke could be a catch. I'll play with the toe and then with the catch. Sorry. Now with the catch. So they both work well. And then lastly, the alternate stroke designations for that rhythm. Ba 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 ba. Heel catch toe. Okay? So let's try these. I'll play through them all. 75 is the half note. Bass drum only. Here we go. 1. I think I'll put I'll just play on bass drum only for now. 1, 2, 3. I'll go 4 bars each. When I get to the second 2 phrasing groups, C and D, we'll go 4 bars each. 8 bars each. First 4 bars in the primary stroke designation, second 4 bars in the alternate. See if you can visually see the difference. And listen for a difference in the sound too. Number 1, phrasing group A. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. Last one. Oh, I'm sorry. This is phrasing group D, second time with the alternates. And now we'll do the next bar. Going to be our strategy in terms of stroke designations for these different phrasing groups. Now, real quick, I'll play the 4 essential styles that we're going to look at. The first one is swing. And you know this one fairly well by now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Matter of fact, I'm going to play it a little bit brighter because that's where that'll be the step off tempo, about half note equals 75. This is roughly half note equals 75. We'll also play a halftime swing. Get a basic halftime funk, right hand on the closed hi-hat. put it on the cross stick just so I can hear what's happening with the bass drum. But ultimately, I have it written for the snare, backbeat, and that's probably how I'll play the exercises for you. Maybe mix it up a little bit. And the last one will be what is called the basic rock gospel, which is identical to the shuffle from the previous, from the triplet studies, as is the halftime funk. Obviously, the difference is instead of thinking in triplets, we're thinking straight eighths. So this one's going to sound like this. And that's right hand on the hi-hat. I like to open it a little bit to really kind of mimic that rock sound as well. Okay. Incidentally, I haven't mentioned this yet. I have two recommended playlists at the back of the book. If you want to check out, if you want to follow me on Spotify, you can access those playlists and play along with the material in the book, particularly the etudes, and also all those songs on the playlists are somehow related to these 4 essential styles, and then with the triplet playlist, they're related to those 3 essential styles. And most of the music we're called upon to play can be distilled down to these 4 basic styles, or the 3 that I mentioned with the triplets. They're obviously in their bare bones form so that we can focus on the technique. Okay, the last thing I'll do with this video is maybe bump the tempo to about 90, and I'll play a halftime shuffle, a halftime funk, and let you hear what these sound like, a little bit brighter tempo. I'm just going to go straight through, four times on each bar, 8 times on each bar, using alternate stroke designations for the second 4 when we get to phasing group C and D. Here we go. Taste of what's to come there. Next video, we'll begin to apply these styles. As I mentioned, the next 4 exercises, each one is dedicated to a specific phrasing group. So we'll dig into phrasing group A in duple rhythm, and for phrasing group A, it's all going to be the primary stroke designations, and we'll look at those across all 4 essential styles. Double bass, single pedal, bounce technique for bass drum. And hit me up at the website, let me know what you think, if you have any questions, anything that might be confusing in the videos or in the book. And if you have the book and have been going through it, I would greatly appreciate you going to Amazon and maybe leaving a recommendation or a description so other shoppers might find something in it themselves. Thank you. Enjoy this exercise, enjoy the video, and happy practicing.